Um, I didn't think about the rain hitting my phone. That might like be bad. It's off, I guess. Ooh, I just smudged it all. That's nice. One thing I wanted to worry about in this video is other walkers, because another like phenomenon with living in a place like this is that other people walking alongside you, there's not like a camaraderie of like both being pedestrians. You walk by somebody and it's just like a feeling of like hostility, and they feel it's like a stressful engagement every time. It feels like whenever if someone's walking along this way and I'm walking this way, it's like a quick time event, trying to get past them without having a rude interaction. Like you can either ignore them, which sometimes is weird. If you say hi to them, sometimes they ignore you. You can like nod at them. Sometimes I do the nod at like a really old Asian lady, and they don't get the nod because the nod's not really for the demographic, you know? I forget the nod's pretty specific. So then they're a little confused by that. Some people might be scared of me today because I look insane. I'm wearing a really stupid keychain that I bought from the mall. I don't even have a car. This has my mail keys on it. So yeah, I look ridiculous. If somebody is walking past me, they're gonna think I'm insane. There's a car going by right now. It's gonna think I'm insane. I'm wearing Carhartt winter gloves. And this huge fucking rain jacket from my dad for like working up in Canada. So walking along the suburban roads here, it's a little much. But where I'm going today, you're gonna see why I'm packing some heavy heat here. It's all for a reason. Nothing I do is ever unintentional. So yeah, I'm going to the river. And most of the year, last year, the river's more of a stream. Because of drought and all that. But it's been raining like half of the whole winter. So there's gonna be a lot more water in there. I haven't seen the river since like probably December, January. So I'm kind of excited to see it. Because I don't have any keys, like car keys on the bottom of this, there's no fob on there. I probably will lose this. It'll just fall in my pocket, which I'm pretty worried about. So I'm gonna try and get this somewhere safer. Now it does say my mailbox on it. So if that part gets in the video, please don't steal my mail. All the mail that I do get is advertisements for fast food places. So if you guys damn, this is really, I don't think about making these things with Carhartt gloves in mind. Yeah, if you want to steal some coupons, go ahead, you know. Right now I'm walking through, this is not the river, by the way. This is a little drainage ditch to get to where I'm going. It's a shortcut because I don't want to walk along the main road. Oh, I forgot about the thistles around here. There's tons. I'm gonna have to avoid those. In the summertime, at like night, you can't see where you're going. And I kind of dropped my guard after not being in any wilderness for like 2 years. I forgot about that some plants hurt. And I fell into a thistle bush here. Which really, I shouldn't have dropped my guard. They have cacti here. Cactuses hurt way more than a thistle, I imagine. Although I've never fallen into a cactus. I've voluntarily touched many cacti, I'm gonna let's talk about that, okay? Cactuses, cacti, cactopodes. That's how you say octopus in plural. Octopodes. That's because octopus are Greek in name. Same reason why multiple mooses aren't meese, because moose is a native name, and their language does not work like how whatever language came up with the geese works, you know? So if you call moose meese, you support the native genocide. And I don't know how I feel about that. So now I'm walking across the backside of a retirement community to get to where I'm going. I sort of forgot about this part of the walk. It's probably the worst part of the walk, because I'm just in behind people's backyards, and people get really protective over their backyard space, even when it's not their backyard. This is just public land here. I think my gloves may have been in frame because of how I'm using 0.5 camera this time. So if you see this in the corner, sorry about that. But yeah, people get pretty defensive over what they see from their backyard even. So I'm hoping to not run into any, well, no one's gonna say anything to me, but they're gonna give me some looks looking the way I do. Yeah, 0.5 camera. In the last video I noticed it looked like shit. Except for the last shot where I had my phone still, and it was at a very low, like very tight focus on the water bottle and my shoe. That was a really cool looking like cinematic shot I just did by accident. But the rest of the video looks terrible. And I didn't mind that, it's my first go around. I went there for the hike, not to make the video, honestly. And I did find more up there actually. I kind of wish I went further before I quit my recording. I did find a much cooler area. I might make another video up there, although it'd be a little boring back to back, like pretty much similar spots. So I'm going to the river today, you know? Something new. And the reason why I'm doing pretty much a back-to-back recording, today's Sunday, I recorded the last one on Saturday, is that these came in and I wanted an excuse to wear them. So, river it is. Now my worst nightmare has just come across me, is I've run out of stuff to talk about. So, that's pretty frightening. I could talk about what happened when I was done recording the last video. I was scooting my way down the second level of what do you call them, like aqueducts, and this lady in her backyard, which is why I brought up the backyard thingy, was staring at me like I looked insane. I thought I was dressed pretty nicely that day, pretty harmlessly. I look like right now, I look like I'm gonna break into their house. But yesterday I looked like a hippie, you know? It's a gaming chair right there. Neat. So, I don't know what she was still worried about. And then I went to go walk somewhere else to not bother her, you know? I don't want to start anything. And then when I went back down to get, you know, off the hill, she had moved closer and was like really death staring me down. So I made my way down. I said, hello, which is the go-to disarming, you know? Just give him a quick little greeting. And she didn't say anything to me. She just like stared. It's pretty creepy. It's like a Red Dead Redemption 2 NPC. Like, I press X to greet them after like doing something weird, and usually they go like, "Hello, mister." But she just, it's like when you come across a crazy person in that game. Like you're in the bayou and they pull out a knife and get you. She could have had a knife, you know? Should I go in there? Yeah, I should. Yeah, I should go in there. I've never been in a tunnel like that before. Okay. Now, California, is pretty known for our homeless population. I don't want to disturb anyone, but I don't see anyone down there. I do see some webbing of spiders, which I'm terrified of. And I think once they get halfway through there, my claustrophobia is going to kick in and I'll be terrified. Hey, wait. I always come prepared. And I'm taking these stupid gloves off. Because if I have to get in a fight with like a leopard down there, I'll be done for wearing these things. So let me bring out the my trump card here, okay? Does it work? Barely. I bought this thing from Lowe's. Whoa, that echoes. I bought this thing from Lowe's a couple days ago. That was such a lie. Whoa, I bought it a couple months ago. Sorry. Ooh, I'd hate this. I have very bad claustrophobia. Oh my god. There's some graffiti there. That's a huge spider, holy shit. California's got much scarier spiders than they do in Canada. I had a wolf spider infestation in my basement. Oh my gosh. Huh. Man. All right. That's some clothing remnants, I think. But look at this nice sort of field down here. All right, that wasn't too bad, actually. Let's skedaddle. I hope anything lives in this brush. Best not to think about that while I'm in it. Jesus, that's some underwear. Let's test out the grip on these new shoes here. Okay. Now you might be wondering why I'm being so dramatic about climbing up about 1.5 feet of rocks, as I'm holding a phone. I'm basically amputated. So, yeah, no, one arm. Plus I got a mitt on. I think I want to keep the mitt on because the last video I kept zooming in and out and it was pretty like nauseating to watch. So the mitt might help me control that more, you know? Although what amputees don't really have, at least full arm amputees, is the ability to balance with their right arm. And I do have that, so I'm gonna use that to my best ability here. Ooh. Aha. Parking lot. The last bastion of society. I learned how to drive here in this parking lot. A couple, I shouldn't say when. So one thing that really salts my apples about California is that trespassing is forbidden everywhere. in places where it shouldn't be, in my opinion. And it's because of protected habitat, as you can see on that sign there. But the real reason is that they don't want homeless people living in the river or anywhere. So, and as you can see, they still do. Making a little bylaw doesn't stop anything about it. But what it is gonna do, oh geez, must have been a good looking frame there. What it does do though is make it so, what am I talking about? Jesus. If a cop is hiding in the bushes for me, they can fine me $500, which is totally gonna happen. I'm trying to make it more dramatic, you guys. Is that a sinkhole? There's been lots of sinkholes around here lately. So I don't know, it could be a sinkhole there. I don't really know what a big sinkhole looks like, but it's hard to imagine. Now this is more of a hike. Wait, retry. This is more of a walk than a hike, really. So hopefully I come up across some more interesting things. This is also not the river, by the way. The river's in there. I guess I could go like bushwhacking and just get there. Yesterday when I was doing that, I got that sweater full of twigs. I had to pull out of there for like 10 minutes. But I'm wearing a little thingy, so that shouldn't happen. I guess I could do a fit check in the next puddle I see. Oh, there's a big puddle. Let's head over there and show off the clothing. Every one of these videos is going to be ideally a different outfit, which is like what Danny Brown does on his podcast. I've never watched his podcast, a full episode at least, but I like that idea. So, oh man, these things are getting fucked up already. That's what I bought them for, though. Black rubber and leather sneakers, no suede on these. They're gonna get fucking muddy. Oh yeah. So today I'm pretty inspired by that guy on TikTok who goes into the Everglades and just fucks around and like picks up snakes and gators. Am I gonna get wet here? Or are these big enough soles? They feel big enough. I'm not wet right now, so. Although this is gonna be, I think I underestimate water. How about I do the fit check here instead? I have on this Timex. Is that a bug on me? No. I have a Timex Expedition watch on. I can't find the actual specific watch it is, but I know it's one of those. It's my dad's. I can't afford a watch like this. And I shouldn't say neither can my dad, because, I mean, like, most people, if they work minimum wage, after a while can afford a watch. I don't think it's more than like $100. But he wouldn't buy a watch that expensive. It was a gift from somebody. I don't know. I don't think he knows how it works either. The strap's all fucked up. It's like years old. Before I was born, I think he got it. And he never uses it. So I just took it out of his thingy. His nightstand. He hasn't noticed. If he does notice, I'll give it back to him. I don't think he'll want it though. Looks pretty decent on me sometimes. Not with this outfit really. Just a fucked up strap from like 05. Can I see myself in there? Hey. I have the also my dad's Helly Hansen waterproof coat on for like work. Like I said, the Adidas. Below it I've got another one of my dad's shirts. I just steal all my clothes from my dad now, I realized. These pants are from Goodwill. They're Levi's something or others, like size 38. I just wear a belt real tight on them. Almost all my clothes are from my dad or Goodwill. All my new clothes, at least. That's a big ass snail. Should I pick it up? I'm kind of scared too, actually. Oh, it's holding on. Wow, looks like a vagina. That is neat. I was walking to school on one of these rainy days not too long ago. And I heard a crunch when I stepped down. And there was about 5 snails I had just destroyed with my foot. That wasn't a very good start to my day. I kind of felt evil for a while. Now, what I'm doing right now is taking this thing off, because even though it's raining, it's still March in California, so it really does not get cold enough to warrant any of that. Maybe at night, but it's, oh man, I gotta read an analog watch. But it's 3:30, so I'm not too worried about it being cold. And I really shouldn't have been. I should have brought my lighter coat, but that one's gray. Does not match the all black outfit. I've got I have a shiesty in my closet. That could have been funny. Although I feel like that's kind of not for me to wear. Would have been very funny though. But the irony might be lost on a passerby who either thinks I'm appropriating culture or gonna kill them. So I decided against the shiesty. So, and this is where we get into the weeds, quite literally. Into the muck. I miss having gumboots in Canada. You just go to Walmart and pick a pair of gumboots up. They fucking hurt your feet to walk in them, but you didn't have to worry about any of this. You could just walk right through it. But now I'm too cool for gumboots, and I wish I wasn't. I'm gonna take a leap here, okay? Okay, successful. I still have both the Carhartt gloves in the pockets, that's important. My dad told me if I came back without those, he'd be really mad. Because they're not mine. I talk about my dad a lot in these videos, don't I? My mom's also in the picture. It's an odd way to start that. And end that. That's where I'm gonna end that. Some nice clovers here. It's very green and brown, which are two of my favorite colors. Oh, look at this now. We're in a bit of a clearing. That's nice. I don't like, clear off some of the mud and gunk into these clovers here. I'm just gonna enjoy the scenery for a bit. Take my hood off too. I could show myself in this part of the video, which I'm a little nervous about doing because I look really stupid. But I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm wearing a North Face toque from Goodwill. That was like $5. It's not one of the rolling toques that you rolls up, it's one of the old-fashioned kind that you wear for like fishing. Or I guess it's North Face, so you wear for like being rich in Canada. And I got on the Capital Electric t-shirt at the company that does electricity, I believe. That would make sense at least. I'm taking this hat off. Here's what I actually look like without it on. Probably a little greasy here from wearing it, but aren't we all? There's a neat plant. There sure are lots of neat plants in California that I don't get to see very often. There's a really angry dog. Hello. Listen to the birds. No, I kind of did want to come back and do this much later because there's about 1 billion bullfrogs in this little basin that are very talkative. I can hear them from my bedroom at night, which is pretty far away. So maybe I'll do a second half. Nah, I'll do it another time. It's gonna rain all week, so why not just make 2, and I'll go deeper. I might ride my bike out and then go somewhere a little more exotic, you know? Snail on the cacti. I hear something down there. I don't know what though. What is this? What? Should I be showing this? It might. So certainly dogs whoever lives there. What? Summoning circle? Alright, I fuck with it. I kinda wanna move there. Should try and buy that house. Be pretty sweet actually, just having it around this trail. I'd have a gate there so I could walk out and just enjoy the nature here, you know? Maybe go fishing. Catch some slugs. I thought I saw an alligator. I've just been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 all day today. I picked up that game again. It's really, really fun. Although I'm used to playing PC games now, and you really just have no control over your character on console games, especially if you're playing on like a low latency TV, or sorry, a high latency TV. It's like a flat screen that's made for watching movies. So it really does suck. I kind of want to rebuy it on my computer. It's on an Xbox One S, which really not a very flattering console to the game. So I want to. Well, I'm broke right now, but if I could buy like a better GPU and then buy Red Dead 2 on my computer, that'd be a fun couple of nights. Get to get all the legendary animals again. Oh yeah. That game is really what got me interested in like the South. And the reason for that is just the really fucked up vibes is how I described it in the South. Just like it'd be in the same light as like visiting Nazi Germany, or sorry, post-Nazi Germany. Visiting like, that's kind of how Red Dead Redemption 2 feels like. All the, you know, the remnants of the Confederacy, and it's all just pretty crazy there. Braithwaite Manor. I built a Minecraft house based off Braithwaite Manor, which felt a little morally weird to be like building it, but like I think if it makes me racist to be building a racist home, then I've got bigger problems, you know? I think being able to build that house and not become a Confederate shows some integrity. I gotta retie this up. They go between my knees again, like you did last video. So these laces have already gotten dirty, which is fine by me. I don't want to come to school tomorrow. These look freaking insane. Like an alien shoe. So I want to come to school tomorrow wearing brand new alien shoes, you know? So I thought I could rough them up a little today. I'm still gonna wipe them down when I get home. I don't want to wear muddy shoes. But at least not out of the box brand new to school, you know? That's a little privileged looking, which I am, but I at least want to, you know, not appear quite that way. Seems douchey to me. So I've now been recording for 30 minutes. which is a new record for the Alice Simpson channel. I made that Angola video on that prison, and that was like 29 minutes, I believe. And this is even longer. I'm just walking, you know. But that's a backpack. You know, I've been looking to buy a backpack. I'm not gonna take that. Not because I'm afraid of like cooties. I can wash it, but that seems in too good a shape to just have been abandoned there, you know? That's probably somebody's are gonna come back for. I don't want to steal somebody's backpack they left in the river. If that's their only storage area, they probably need that backpack, you know? So now I'm on another main road here, which is where I hate to be the most in my life. But it's where I ended up. So I'm gonna tie my shoe a little better this time because it came undone right away. I might not give you a little, I don't know what you can see right now, but I don't know, it could be cool, it could be not. I see my shoe. I showed it off for the 8th time. That's a little better tied up. Yeah, these soles are so humongous that no puddles can fuck with me. How nice. I love these things. A good purchase. Now, you ever tie up your one shoe and it feels very nice and you notice your other shoe is very loose? I want to keep stopping the video and pausing for technical difficulties, but my left shoe is feeling awful loose right now, so I might take another seat here and give you some more B-roll of the beautiful river that I will not name to protect my anonymity. Even though you can easily find where, at least vaguely where I live in these videos, you'd have to be a massive loser to try. So I'm gonna leave the losers and not make it that accessible. Yeah, put the phone right there. How's that hand view? Okay. Now people who double knot their shoes, I think they're not gonna go to heaven, you know? Because if you can't handle having to just bend over and tie them sometimes, or just tie them up once good, like what's your issue? That didn't make a lot of sense. That kind of just offended double knotters. I just don't know how to do it. If I knew how to double knot, I probably would. So that's the river, the mighty Fraser. When the gold rush came through here up to Barkerville, there's this spot called Hell's Gate where all the water gets compressed into a little canyon, and there's a bridge across it. I've been across that bridge. That's actually this bridge right here. Pretty nifty. I see a chair here. I have gone quite far. I've gone to the river, which is where I was planning on going. So I don't know if I think I might be done, honestly. I'm gonna go find a spot down here to chillax. Although there's not many good chillaxing spots under the bridge. You know, that's kind of the antithesis of a chillaxing spot. But it's where I will go. Or is it? Rivers are scary, you know. In all my time living near the actual Fraser River, I think I never once swam in there. which is a pretty good indicator of rivers being non-friendly places sometimes. So I'm not gonna go too close to it. I think I'm just gonna try and get a nice stable shot like I did in the last video to end it on, because that was the best part of the last video by far, is that last little shot. I made an edit of that video because I was bored yesterday, and I made a little spinning 12 Sheds logo. If you don't know about 12 Sheds, by the way, that is 12 Clan's clothing brand, which I'm the lead designer and creative director of. Now, all that is to say, I made a little design on Photoshop and bought some blank Gildan tees that still remain unprinted because my mom won't buy printer ink for my transfer papers. But you know, all great brands had roadblocks. I'm sure Off-White Virgil was waiting for his mom to buy some new ink for the old HP, you know. I'm gonna go right there, I believe. Although, one-handedly, this could go badly, folks. So this video, well, if you're watching it, I made it out. You'll know I've been unsafe when this channel goes without an upload for a few weeks. That means I did one of these and never made it back, which will never happen, hopefully, because I'm a pretty adept hiker. I've done my time up in the Great White North. Now I'm down here. Wow, it was a bad ending. I just dropped my phone. I caught it, to be fair, but I did almost lose it. There's a guy there walking away to the river. You go on a bike? There's a bike there. It's a bike. Nope. It's a fellow bridge dweller like me. Alright, time to pack up. Thanks for watching my video. Go to 12sheds.org and look at the shirt designs on there. Without paying $10 a month, I can only show 5 at a time, but there's more, trust me. Once I get them printed, I'll pay for the $10 and then get them all up there and make them purchasable. 12sheds.org. Check them out, pick your favorite, and then in probably a few weeks you can buy them. Goodbye, all.
Lil Pump, D-Rose, ooh. 100 on my wrist. Lil Pump, 80 on my wrist. Woo. D-Rose, hey. D-Rose, hey, hey. Hey, 100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist. What? 100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist. 100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist. 100 on my wrist, 80 on my wrist. D-Rose, 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 D-Rose.